All right, guys. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk to you guys and help you guys hopefully get to Emerald before Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. And this is a very crucial week because this is the final week. If you don't hit your goals by Thursday, this is when qualifications are ending for the final of the rest of the year. So not that you don't have time to hit diamond and all of those kind of things like after Thursday, but this is what qualifies you actually for 2018 to be able to hold it for the 6-week period to be considered that like lifetime and all that kind of stuff. So it's super important for anybody who's watching this. If you are interested in, if your coach is like pushing for a star diamond or diamond or something like that, this Thursday would be the day to hit Emerald to help that coach rank advance to diamond, star diamond. If we do get one more diamond on our team, we would be a premier team, all that kind of stuff. So while this week, unfortunately, is Thanksgiving, and it's probably the most stressful time just because the week is really short, it's the most crucial time in Beachbody. So many people are pushing for really, really big goals right now, and that's because it is the final quarter. So what that means is if you don't hit it by Thursday, you're out basically of the race, and you don't get that title for 2018. So a big week, but also a very short week. So I encourage everybody out there to really use the rest of tonight and tomorrow and all day on Wednesday to really dive into your business and see what you can do to personally earn, $100. I know that I'm a really big Black Friday shopper. I don't know why they call it Black Friday. It should be called Black Thursday because I go personally on Thursday night, right after Thanksgiving dinner, I start my shopping. But I'm a really big Black Friday shopper. So think about it like, could you use $100 for Christmas gifts? Could you use $100 to help with your kids' Christmas? Or, I know a lot of times money's tight around Christmas. Think about it as like, I won't have to pay for my Shakeology order this month or anything like that to help you during this time of Christmas. That's going to help push you. And, I got on a call this morning with our final push to elite and from one of the biggest coaches in the industry, Danielle Natoni. And one of the things that she said that I just absolutely loved and I wanted to pass it on to you guys is she said, how do you hit your goals at this time of the year? One of the biggest things that I can tell all of you guys who are pushing for Emerald and pushing for above that is one thing that you guys can say is anybody who buys you a Christmas gift. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody. Nobody buys me Christmas gifts, like my whole family. We don't really do gifts for each other anymore. But if you do have somebody buying you Christmas gifts, is she said, if your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts, your uncles, your mom, your dad, if somebody says, what do you want for Christmas? You guys should say, instead of getting me a Christmas gift this year, I would like you to invest in my business. Get them buying challenge packs from you, sign them up as coaches, and you earn commission on top of that and get them investing in you. That's honestly the best thing anybody could give me for Christmas is if I don't need an air fryer, some lotion, a bath bomb, something that is a temporarily, give me a gift that's going to make me happy for the rest of the year and gets me closer to my goals. And so when I heard that today, I was like, wow, that's genius. That is great for anybody pushing for Emerald right now, is ask your friends and family who are going to be getting you something for Christmas, hey, instead of buying me a gift this year, invest in my business and help me support me, especially this week when I'm pushing for something really big. Maybe you could say something like, me and my team are pushing for diamond. We're pushing for, I'm pushing for this first rank in my business. I'm pushing for this or I'm pushing for that. And if you wanted to help me, this would be a great opportunity. You don't have to get me anything for Christmas, but this would be an awesome thing is you investing into your health and investing into my business at the same time. And I thought that was so awesome. And then also just remember what you're working for, Right now is the crucial time to set your business up for 2019. So remember that and just, go down without a fight. So I asked Katherine to jump on the call tonight because she hit Emerald really fast and she did it by, I believe, and I hope, listening to tips and tricks that we have gave her over the last 2 weeks. She did it. And so I thought that it would be great to see that, you guys, we get on and we teach you these things and we tell you what to do and all these things. And she was actually somebody who actually applied it. She did what we told her to do, and she's sitting here today. She hit Emerald. And so I thought it'd be great to show you guys a different perspective where me and Courtney can get on and we could teach you this and tell you to do this. And, you know, we're so far ahead on our trail, but this is somebody who did it and hit it. And so I thought it'd be great for her to come on and talk to you guys and encourage you guys that you guys can do it too. And you guys can definitely do it by Thursday, especially with the promotions, you guys. $140. It's not ever gonna get cheaper, I will tell you that, and it's gonna go up next month because of Transform 20. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, like it's gonna go up for Transform 20. So if there's any other better time, it's right now. Like, this is such a good time right now. It's not gonna get easier next month because it's gonna be Christmas. The prices are gonna go up, so it's gonna get harder. So I encourage you guys, use that fitness group, that giveaway group, use that leverage, use the whole thing of like, what could you get me for Christmas? And really just push and try to see what you could do. If anything, go down swinging and see what you can do. Like, I would message as many people as I possibly could to hit that goal. But okay, so I'm gonna unmute you, Katherine. And the first thing I'm gonna say is, well, first, congratulations. I am so proud of you. I was so excited. I know that is such a big thing for you to wake up and have that rank advancement. But I wanted to know, one is, who did you invite and invest into your business? Maybe you can share with them, because I know not only did you just add 2 people, you added more coaches than that. So who did you invest into your business as your 2 people to go Emerald?
The first one was my mother-in-law, and I definitely pulled the I want to rank advance card with her. She's been following me with my Beachbody journey for years, and she's always been the one that's like, oh, I want that, but then always makes excuses for why she doesn't get it. So I literally just pulled the, hey, I really want to advance in my business card, and she was like, oh, okay, yes, got it. So and then with the promotional prices right now, she was like, okay, yes, done deal. So she was the first one I went after. And then another one of my friends did 2B Mindset. She got it shortly after I did, but she did it just as a customer because she wasn't sure about the whole process. And I had actually given her a couple samples of the Shakeology, and she fell in love with it. So then I just convinced her to get it as a coach discount so she can keep getting it every month. And she already knew the benefits of what it was doing to her physically and how she was feeling on it. So I just pitched it to her that she could keep getting it, and even for a better price than as a customer. So those were the first 2 people that I went after. And then I've had a couple people that have over the last couple weeks have been questioning what I'm doing or commenting about how good I've been looking. And the one that's pending right now, I don't know why she hasn't hit the purchase button, because she keeps telling me, yes, she's already told me she's sold. It's just a matter of her doing it. So those were the people that have been constantly commenting or making remarks. Those are the ones I went after first.
That's awesome. Did you find it easier? So you stayed, what I'm understanding is you stayed with your warm market instead of cold messaging a bunch of people that you didn't know. You decided to, one, ask a relative to invest into your business, and 2, you went through with somebody who was obviously following your transformation and who had maybe purchased before and that was curious about it, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I love that. And I think that's so great. And then another thing that I had noticed that I actually had reached out to Courtney and had mentioned that I was really impressed with, and that I was telling her that I wanted you to teach our Emeralds and our coaches, was one thing that I love that you do on your social media, and something that you probably aren't even aware of it. But I think that you share your journey so unapologetically and so without you don't like really have a script. It's not like you have something like that you feel like, oh, it's Tuesday, I have to post a transformation, or if you feel like posting, you do about it. But do you have any tips or tricks on like how you post, or you are just very unapologetic when you share your journey, and it comes so natural to you. And that is one thing that one thing that I know that I shared with Courtney is that I see that you're in the trenches. Like, we just see you in your journey. You're not salesy. You don't post like, to join our team, da 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 da. It's just you in a mirror saying, I feel confident today, or I feel amazing. And I think that that's what a lot of people are missing in this business, is because our newsfeed is flooded with all these other different MLNs. But when yours comes through, you're literally just a confident woman who's proud of her weight loss. And so do you have any tips or tricks on for anybody who is going to share their journey on what you do when you go to post?
Well, I am definitely not a salesperson, so I feel like if I try to be salesy, that it doesn't work for me. So what I found, instead of posting per script or what, that I post when I feel like it's value, or when I'm going through something, I post. So lately, like a lot of my devotionals that I do in the morning, something will strike a chord with me, and I know that it works, that it said something to me. So I feel like that's when I could speak through to other people. So that's what I do. I feel like it's more me, more genuine me, if I post when something's really speaking to me, versus just because, oh, it's Tuesday, let's do a transformation picture. I mean, sometimes I throw that out there too, and I definitely got a lot more attention the more often I post, but I don't want to, personally didn't want to post just for the sake of posting. I wanted it to be like the meat and potatoes of what I'm going through, because I think by being true and real to yourself, you're going to get more attention and more responses. So that's basically just how I went about that, or go about that.
Oh, I love it. I wanted you to know that I think you're doing such a good job. And I had mentioned that to Courtney too, because it's just so raw and real, and you could feel that. And I think that your following feels that too. And I know that the more and more you do that, the more and more success you're going to have from it. And people are watching now, but I'm telling you, they'll come around later, because they just need to see that consistency, and you just are so, you're not like, if you want to post that day, you'll post. If not, you'll like you said, you'll share something else about your life, because you're good about posting. It's not like you just disappear, but it's not like you just post a workout picture just to say, sweaty selfie, done my workout. Like, you are very intentional with what you do post, and it does bring value. So I think that people definitely lean in and see that. So a lot of things people are going to ask is that, people get objections all the time, which I'm sure you get objections as well. And, everybody wasn't just like, yes, 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 yes. And so as a newer coach, one of the biggest advice that people want to know, and I can give advice too, because I'm so further down in my journey, but maybe you can too, is how did you handle objections? And what do you tell yourself just to keep going and move on?
Well, I definitely try and spin it positive. Like, if someone tells me no, I'll be like, okay, I'll catch you, keep trucking, or I'll catch you later. Like, I don't let it be like a no, and then that's the end all be all. Like, I've had a couple people that have told me, well, the one person, that Beverly, that just signed as a coach, who had done 2B Mindset, she kept saying, no, I can't afford, I can't afford, I can't afford. And it's not, or it's easy to take it personal and to make it all about they're saying no to you, when really they're just not confident in the process yet. So I just try and spin it positive and just tell myself it's not about me. Give them time, keep being you, keep approaching them on it, keep asking them about it. I actually just yesterday sent a whole bunch of messages to a group of women that have said no to me, and I've been like, hey, I'm back. So I just the biggest thing is just tell myself it's not personal, it has nothing to do with you, and you'll get them eventually. So that's the biggest thing. And that, I think, is what scared me for the longest time, to not pursue it or push the business, because I didn't want to be told no. But it's going to happen, and you just got to roll with it.
Yeah, but I mean, that is 100% so true. And that's something that I love that you said, though. It's not you. They're not saying no to Katherine. They're not saying no to you. Kinsey, if you ask me again, you're going to go to timeout for the rest of the day. They're not saying no to you. They're not saying no to that coach. They're saying no to themselves at that point. And that's just personal development, and that's them waiting to get there, And so I love that you say, you don't take it personal. You don't write them off and say, like, fine, you don't want to do this, and like, you know, I'm not a good coach, you know, because there is coaches that do that. They think that they're not good enough, and they weren't made out to be a good coach, and they weren't to do this, and they weren't to do that. And hold on one second, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I muted you because you guys did not want to hear me yell. But yeah, like, it's so true though. If you take it personal and you think like, I'm not a good coach and they're saying no and everybody's saying no, but it's just, especially with weight loss, they have to be ready. It's not something that they purchase and they just put on, and it's a jacket and they like feel amazing in it. It's like something that they have to get up every single day and work on. And if they're not willing to do that every day, you know, it's like, well, they're not ready to invest in themselves yet. So I love that. And a lot of those no's will end up becoming yeses later, you know, down the road. And so I love that you're like, I'm just going to check back in with you, and I'm just going to check back in, and I'm going to see if it's the right time. And later it will be. So I love that you said that. And so, yeah. So what my next question would be is, when you wanted to become an Emerald coach, why was it important to you, and were you willing, did you get to a point where you're like, I'm willing to do and ask whatever it takes? Did you put a timeline on it? Like, I want to do it in a week, because you hit it really fast and it seemed like you were working really hard. So to all those people who are looking to hit it by Thursday, what would you suggest to them? Like, how did you put it in like your mindset to work really hard to hit it?
Well, my motivation was getting my Shaco paid for, obviously. I mean, the bonus, but then I keep saying, and even my husband was like, you keep saying that if you get people that you're going to get your product covered, why aren't you doing it? And I'm like, I don't know. So I honestly, once you threw it out there and was like, hey, we can do this in a week. And I was like, we can do this in a week. I don't know, something just clicked in my brain and I was like, I can do this in a week. I mean, it took me 2 weeks, but I don't know what the magic button was. It just happened. And I was like, this is what I want. And once I decided I want it, and I'm hoping to have, like I said, I have one more pending, and I'm hoping to get one more by Thursday or by Wednesday. So, yeah, I think once you realize it's not as hard, I had it in my head that it was going to be impossible and that it was going to be really hard. And once I realized that it wasn't really that hard, you just have to, I've heard you say a million times, people aren't going to come to you just because you're posting things or just because you're saying, hey, this is wonderful, look what it did for me. So once I reached out to the people, and I was, like I said with my mother-in-law, I was honest, and like, not only do I think this is amazing and that you're going to 100% benefit from it, but I also want to grow my business and make, I have these goals that I set for myself and I want to see them happen. And I feel like once I was that real with her, she was like, oh yeah, got it. Yep. Okay, here you go. So did I answer your question?
Yeah. And I love that, you know what? I love that what you just said. You hit it, but then you made a new goal and you're like, okay, and I already have somebody ready to purchase, and I hope that I hit it again next Thursday. And that right there shows a different mindset, that you're like, yeah, I hit it. Congratulations. Awesome. Moving on. I'm going to do it again. And then I want to do it again, because it isn't as hard as it seems. I was making it harder than what it was. It's like, at first you think, oh, I don't know who it is, and I don't know who I'm going to find, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. But then if you just put it in your mindset of, I don't know how, but I can do it because thousands of other people do it. Mm-hmm. And, like you said, like, I just put it in my mind, like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I had confidence, and you have so much confidence within that program, especially To Be Mindset, because we all know that did change your life. Yep. And you share about that. Literally, you're not shouting out so much the program. You shout out how your life was changed. And I think that is a big difference on your success, is that's what you're willing to share, is like how your life is so changed now. And I think that makes such a big difference to people, because they want to see how can their life change. They don't necessarily want to just celebrate you and your change. So, to anybody listening and watching that, remember that people don't want to just cheer for you. They want to know, how can you change their life? And how did your life change? What did it look like before? So I love that you say that. So I think that's awesome. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for getting on and answering a few questions. And I really appreciate it. And I wonder if Courtney's still here or if she's talking to her kids for a second. So I'm going to mute you and I'm going to talk to everybody else about being an Emerald, but I appreciate you so much. And thank you again so much. All right, Courtney, are you ready or do you want me to go ahead?
I can go.
Okay.
It seemed to have calmed down a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about.
Right. If something happens, just mute yourself, yell, and unmute yourself like I just had to.
I will. Just come back there. I don't know. There's a lot of banging behind me, so if you hear it, I apologize. I don't know what they're doing, and there's a dog barking, so never can tell. So I'm going to talk about why become Emerald. And first of all, I think when we think about becoming Emerald, like they were saying, we tend to overcomplicate it when really it's as easy as, you know, you tell a friend about a good movie, you know, you just tell them, invite them to do it with you, how you feel and, you know, what you've learned about yourself and, you know, the weight you've lost and the energy you have, and then you just invite them along. And it's as easy as that. But I think sometimes we overcomplicate things in our minds, and then it's harder than it really has to be. And I say that from experience because I definitely did that. But becoming Emerald is essentially giving yourself that first bonus, that first promotion. It gives you the ability to earn $100 on commission by helping 2 people. It allows you to get that rank advancement. It allows you to cycle bonus. So you don't even have to sign 2 people. You just cycle bonus. So you can get a paycheck without essentially even helping anyone that week. When you cycle bonuses, you can cycle up to, well, several $100s a week, $50 to $200, I think I have. So up to $200 a week in cycle bonuses. If I'm wrong, Christy, correct me. But I think that's what I have here. Is that right? Yeah. 250? Okay, 250. So I had the 50 and the 200 just in the wrong sequence. So 250 a week. So there's that. You have the eligibility to get free gifts. You can get hats, cups, umbrellas. You're fancy like Christy. You get to go on a cruise. I'm not that fancy, so mainly because I'm terrified of taking a cruise. So there's that. So you can do that. You also get an Emerald gift from your coach. I cannot tell you what that is because everyone is different, but I am sure that it'll be amazing and you will enjoy it, whatever it is, because you earned it. So you have that. And like they were saying, you're essentially getting your products paid for. And that was a huge thing for me because my husband is cheap. And so when I told him, hey, I can get my shakes for free, he was like, well, who do I need to call to help you make that happen? So that's always nice, especially because, you know, when it comes to citing spouses and different people like that, it was huge for me to have him say, well, okay, you know what, if it'll help you, then sign me up. Because, and it can be as easy as that. Because, you know, for us, for a long time, we really struggled with being able to afford things. So for him to say that, and that's part of the reason that he's cheap, for him to say that, it was huge for me to realize, you know, it's nice to have that support, but if you don't ask people, you don't know that they're going to say no or that they won't support you. You just automatically in your mind shut it down that they don't. And you'll be surprised at the people who support you when you least expect it. So, you know, it really doesn't hurt to ask. You also, becoming Emerald opens your first business center, which is exciting because you officially own your own business. You are your boss. You have that business. You have a downline. You're an official upline coach, which is nice. I know for me, I was like, dang, like I'm a boss again. Which for me, not really a boss because you're not anybody's boss, but you just kind of feel official. Like you really own your own business and you're working for something. So that's always fun and nice, and it makes you feel like you really earned it. So yeah, becoming Emerald is I mean, it's a big thing. It's a big step in your business because it earns you all of those things. And it also, it gives you that sense of accomplishment in your business, which I love, because when I work hard, I want to feel like I've accomplished something. So it's kind of why you work to be Emerald. But again, you know, like Katherine said, sometimes we overcomplicate it and we shut people down without thinking about it. It can be as easy as asking your mother-in-law or your husband and just telling them, like, hey, you know what? I really want to rank advance. Can you help me? And a lot of people do, and you just don't expect them to. So don't overthink it. Just go for it. And if they say no, they say no. But at least you got a no that was actually a no instead of thinking it in your mind. So I'll let Christy go on with hers. And yeah. You look very nice, by the way, Katherine. I really love your shirt, and your makeup's really nice. I just worked out, so I'm not that fancy.
Yeah, and I look like a scum too who worked out and still has their workout clothes from like 2 o'clock this afternoon. So yeah, there's that too. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm just gonna tell you guys real fast and then we'll let you guys go. AKA so I can get my like to know it page up and running so you guys can no, I'm just kidding. So just some different trainings and stuff for you guys to plug in. First off, re-listen to this call, go back and listen to what Katherine did, and then listen to other 24-hour calls. Also, do whatever it takes to be open and reach out to your coach and say, hey, I want to hit Emerald by Thursday. What can I do? Take advantage of the 140 deal that is going on right now. Ask friends and family and anybody else to really plug into your business and ask, and use Danielle Natomi's thing today of, instead of buying me a Christmas gift, will you invest in my business? That's finding 2 people to do that, invest, and boom, you can not only make $100, but you can, you know, rake advance on Thursday. And waking up on Thanksgiving, an Emerald coach, $100. I mean, I think that would be so awesome. But what I would recommend you guys to do, if you guys are wanting to be Emerald, make a list of, I don't know, 10 people who you are considering who could use this in their life, whether it's 2B mindset, workouts, or anything like that. 10 people. Remember what Katherine said. When people say no, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to themselves at that time. But make a list 1 through 10. Now make another list of 10 more people because the first 10 told you no. My list, or my encouragement for you guys, is to message all 20 of those people over the next couple days. And if all 20 tell you no, keep going. Don't stop until Wednesday at 8:59 Pacific Standard Time until you run out and you have done everything you can. So when people ask me all the time, what did you do to get to where you are? I didn't stop. I didn't let off the gas because where I'm sitting today was way more important to me than stopping to watch Netflix, stopping to watch This Is Us, stopping to do something else. This was more important. And now I sit here, and today is Thanksgiving break. My kids are out of school, and I look at my life, and I woke up today, and it felt so good to not drag them out of the house at 4:45 in the morning, because that's what our holidays look like. And I would get home right now at 5:30, and I would pick them up, and tomorrow I would do the same thing. And you guys, I didn't get to do holiday stuff with my kids because I was working all day, barely making the minimum as far as money goes. And now sometimes I make what I made in a month in a week. And that is crazy to me. So put your mind to it and you can do anything. I'm telling you guys, it's so worth it. But it starts as an Emerald coach and you work up from there. And just like Katherine did, she started, she was like, I'll do whatever it takes. Boom, I hit it. And then she didn't stop. She didn't sit there at Emerald. She's like, all right, I'm going to do it again. And that's what it takes to be successful, doing it again and again and again and again and again. And you just keep doing it. You just keep helping people. I didn't help 8 people go diamond and say, okay, I helped my number of people for the year. I'm good. It was like, no, I want to help more and more and more people. So just remember that. It starts with 2 people and then it multiplies. stay consistent, reach out. And I loved what Katherine said. I heard it from you a million times. You can't make a post and expect people to flock to you. You have to reach out to them. And that is so true about the business. It doesn't matter how great your post is, how great your transformation is. The truth at the end of the day is you making a post every single day on social media isn't going to get you to Emerald. It's not going to get you anywhere in this business. You have to make a post, of course, but it's you reaching out and being vulnerable and just inviting people. And so my encouragement for you guys to hit Emerald on Thursday is make a list of 20 people and slowly go down and invite them to be a part of the fitness group. Invite them for the discount. Invite them to be a part of something more. Say, hey, I've noticed that you you really want this. Give the gift of health to yourself this year. This could mean so much for you. I'm telling you, it's going to go up $40 to $80 next month. Do it now. Do whatever it takes to get you there. But if you start it and just do whatever it takes, I'm telling you, it will pay off in the long run. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I'm going to get this recording up so you guys can tag your coaches in it and rewatch it. If you guys have any questions and you are shooting for Emerald this week, reach out to your coach, see what you can do, because accountability is key. And if we tell you to message 20 people a day, accountability is sending that coach those 20 people so that you can be accountable for messaging those people. So thank you again so much, guys, for joining me. And I hope you guys have a good night. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.